just finished the Poppy War trilogy and I have some thoughts. First off, spoiler free, this is a great trilogy to read. I really enjoyed the first two books. The third book, I really enjoyed the magic system, the world building, and the historical fiction aspect about this whole trilogy. I loved all of that. I really enjoyed the characters, but some of these character arcs seemed kind of. It didn't really go anywhere. Before we get into spoilers, I'll give this whole trilogy a 7 out of 10. The first book was probably like a 8 or 9 out of 10. Second book, maybe a 6 out of 10. Third book, maybe a 6 or 5 out of 10. So the first book was definitely my favorite. I really loved the academia aspect of this book. It was a lot of fun, and then slowly incorporating the magic system. It took a long time to incorporate the magic system, but it was very rewarding. The end of this book was pretty dramatic. I liked the end of this book the best. I don't really remember the end of the second book, but I think the end of this book was pretty good and definitely some cliffhanger aspects. The second book was action-packed, tons of action in this book. It was really good, but it was boring at times. It wasn't the best, and I have to say the author of this book, she likes to set up stuff too much, a little too much, takes too much time setting up events or like fights. You could spend a little less time doing that, but her action is really good. But this book, it just wasn't as good as the first book, but it was still good. It was still good. So the last book was not my favorite. It wasn't bad. It was almost bad. I'm gonna be real. It was like mid. It was like a 5 out of 10. But here's why I think that. The ending was not very good. I don't like the main character's arc. She kind of ended it all at the end. Spoilers. I don't know. I wish they went to war with the Hysterians. That would be a lot more fun. It kind of just ended and they won. They just won. I don't know. Like and like I don't like how when she finally became the Empress or whatever, not really, she was still a general. I didn't like how it kind of went through some of the technical stuff about being an emperor or running a country. That was kind of boring, honestly. I don't know. Maybe that was part of the theme of the book. I get that. But the ending was not that great. And this whole book, it wasn't that great, guys. I'm really interested to think, like, to see what you guys think